6. Inverse trigonometric functions. Problem number 3 is from the textbook, and it says, find the exact value of the expression, arctangent of 1. And so, we have to realize that arctangent of 1 is just saying the inverse tangent function at 1 equals some number x that we do not know. And so, imagine that the tangent function undoes the arctangent function. And so we would have, if we took the tangent of both sides, you have a new equation that's similar. We have the tangent of x equals 1. And now we have to find a value such that that is true. Well, we have to use some trigonometry knowledge, and so this is 0 pi, this is pi divided by 2, this is pi, and this is 3 pi divided by 2. And it's cyclic, and so it would repeat, so this would be 2 pi. But we want to know when the tangent value is 1. We also can rewrite tangent in terms of sine and cosine, and so we have sine of x divided by cosine of x. So we're also trying to find when these two values are equal, because if we just ignore the tangent now and focus on this portion, we can say that sine of x is equal to cosine of x. Well, that's only true at 45 degrees right here. And the values would be the square root of 2 divided by 2 for both sine and cosine. And this would also work in this quadrant, because if sine is negative and cosine is negative, then tangent still becomes positive. And so our answers would be this angle. We want to figure out the angle. The answer wouldn't be this quantity. So this angle right here is technically 45 degrees, but if we wanted it in radians, we could say that this is 45 times pi divided by 180, or 45 divided by 180. We can say that this is pi divided by 4. Or you could divide this and you would get 0.25 pi, which is the same thing as pi over 4. And so this is one of them, but also we have to add 180 degrees to that, or we have to add pi to that. So pi plus pi divided by 4, this is also true at 5 pi divided by 4. So that would be our solution. For part B, it says arcsine of 1 divided by the square root of 2. Well, we can also set this up as sine of negative 1 of 1 divided by the square root of 2, and set this equal to x. Now to solve for x again, let's take the sine function of both sides, and so we have 1 over the square root of 2 is equal to sine of x. And now we have to figure out for what value of x does this become true. Well, let's try to rationalize the denominator first. So recall from algebra that we were told that we weren't allowed to have square roots in the denominator, and so we were told to multiply the numerator and the denominator by that square root. And so let's do that. If we multiply the top and bottom by the square root of 2, we would end up getting, this is the same thing as the square root of 2 divided by 2. And if we observe from the previous problem, sine of x equals the square root of 2 divided by 2. Well, that's true in quadrant 1 at this 45 degrees, or at pi divided by 4. So this answer would, pi divided by 4 would also be an answer for this one. And so now that we've rationalized the denominator, we can try to visualize what's going on. And so we have this 0 pi, pi divided by 2, pi, 3 pi divided by 2. And so we want the sine value for which it's equal to the square root of 2 divided by 2. Well, this would be at this 45 degrees again, because this coordinate is the square root of 2 divided by 2 and then the square root of 2 divided by 2, where the x value is our cosine value and the y value is our sine value. So our sine value is the square root of 2 divided by 2. And this is at pi divided by 4, or technically the angle is 45 degrees, but we can convert that. So 45 times pi divided by 180 is the same as pi divided by 4. Well, now that's one solution, but we also have to figure out where it's also positive. So we also have to figure out the other quadrant where it's positive. And so if we observe our sine value, or our y line, the y line is positive in the second quadrant as well. And so we know that this could also be the value. So this is the negative square root of 2 divided by 2, comma, the square root of 2 divided by 2. Well, we know that this angle is 45 degrees. And so in order to find this angle right here, we take pi and minus pi divided by 4. So in order to find this angle right here, we have to take this total degrees, which is pi, and minus what this degree is, which is pi divided by 4. Well, that's like 4 pi divided by 4 minus pi divided by 4, which is 3 pi divided by 4. And so the answer to the second one would be pi divided by 4, or 3 pi divided by 4.